Hello and welcome to Sports News Africa, the home of Africa's sporting conversation. Join us as we begin with a look at some of the stories that have been making headlines. Burkina Faso's football continues to thrive even after Compaore's resignation as president. Thousands take part in the Great Ethiopian Run. And homegrown talent delights cycling fans in the Tour of Rwanda. Thank you for watching Sports News Africa. I'm Temesgen Debesai. When Blaise Compaoré stepped down as the president of Burkina Faso last month following mass protests, there were concerns his resignation would affect the national football side's qualifiers for the Africa Cup of Nations finals. But a second-place finish behind Gabon in Group C means the Stallions will be heading to Equatorial Guinea next January.
Following the resignation of President Blaise Compaoré of Burkina Faso last month amid clashes that prompted a military takeover, many football fans in the country feared the worst for the national football team, the Stallions. The spontaneous chaos and rioting in the country that forced Compaoré out of office caught the Stallions in the middle of their 2015 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers campaign. Without the backing of the country's #1 supporter Blaise Compaoré, the Stallions appeared destined for disaster. Under his 27-year rule, the country achieved major milestones in sports, especially football, the most popular sport in the country. Antoine Traoré, a football fan in the capital Ouagadougou, acknowledged the president's role in supporting the country's sports.
Considering what he has been doing in the past, he has really been supporting football. We did not have the right people to manage the sport, but the former president loved football and sports as a whole. He did his best, he did what he could do. I think that the next president will have to follow his track, because Blaise Compaoré, whatever you can say about him, he did a lot for sports.
Francis Yameogo, also a football fan, couldn't agree more, saying Compaoré had lifted sports in the country.
Quite frankly, if you want my opinion, he did a lot for sports in Burkina Faso. He couldn't really manage to be a good president for our country, but as far as sport is concerned, he raised the stakes.
But Justin Nikiema disagrees, arguing that the former leader had done little for sports in the country.
As for me, the period after Compaoré leaves me unconcerned, because even when he was president, he wouldn't come very often to the stadium. In addition, afterwards, we could concentrate on our match and forget the events of October 31st.
Nikiema could just be right. The Stallions have somehow put to rest fans' fears by qualifying for the 2015 AFCON in Equatorial Guinea, obviously without the backing of the country's strongman. An uneasy calm has since returned to the country, but the Stallion fans will have to wait for the 2015 AFCON kickoff to really know the extent of Compaoré's influence on the national team.
The 2014 Great Ethiopian Run took place at the weekend with tens of thousands of runners taking part. Asmaraw Bekele managed to get his second career win, while Wide Ayalo won the women's category.
"40,000 runners, all in yellow and green race t-shirts, jostled, shoved and sang as they prepared to take part in Africa's biggest ever known race, the Ethiopian Great Run. The 2,300 meters above sea level event also attracted over 1,000 elite local and international runners, providing for a fierce competitive backdrop for the race. The 10-kilometer race is known for highlighting the country's emerging talent, and previous podium finishers, though little known at the time, have ended up finding fame on the global stage. This year, Asmaraw Bekele emerged winner in the men's category.
Now that I've won this race, my next plan is to participate in the World Championship, God willing.
Second to finish in the men's race was Asmaraw Mengistu.
I'm very excited because I didn't expect to be second place. To be honest, because I know the athletes who participate in this run are very good. Now, thanks to God, I've managed to enter the top 3 rank.
The winners took home $3,000 cash prize each. Ethiopia is renowned for producing world-class long-distance runners, but many citizens like Samuel Baye are involved in running for charity and for maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
So far from the 14 competitions, I've missed only one. I have participated in all 13 of them. I ran the race because I know the organizers support some charity organization. Secondly, it's for health. Finally, I'm happy to participate in this race with my friends because it's fun.
The 10-kilometer event is now in its 14th edition and is a brainchild of Ethiopian double Olympic champion and marathon champion Haile Gebrselassie.
Cycling in the 2014 Tour of Rwanda concluded on Sunday. The home crowd had plenty to celebrate as Team Rwanda's Karisimbi Valens Ndeyesenga was crowned the Tour's winner. Eritrean Merseb Debesay also celebrated by not only winning the King of the Mountains white jersey, but also being crowned the winner of the Tour of Africa series.
The final stage of the Tour of Rwanda would see the riders do a 9-lap course covering 108 kilometers from Amahoro National Stadium through Remera and back to Amahoro. With Team Rwanda's Valens Ndeyesenga leading the general classifications by over a minute from compatriot Jean Bosco Nsengimana, only Eritrean cyclist Aaron Debretsion could stop the Tour turning into a Rwandan party. And it was Debretsion who set the early pace with Swiss cyclist Thomas Teretats as he tried to apply pressure on the Rwandan cycling team. But the peloton soon caught up with them on the climb, with the yellow jersey of Ndeyesenga still in the front rank of competitors. And as the riders sped along to the finishing line, it was Morocco's Saladin Mraoumi who took the stage victory in a time of 2 hours, 43 minutes and 54 seconds. But it was the sight of general classification leader Valens Ndeyesenga finishing 6th, which sparked off the realization that a home rider had won the Tour of Rwanda.
Yes, I'm very happy to win the Tour of Rwanda. Yeah, I think coach is very happy because we win the Tour of Rwanda first time.
It's the results of a lot of patience, a lot of work by a lot of people, including Rwandans, the Federation, the Sports Ministry. It's really a team effort, which allowed us to get here today.
Eritrea's Merseb Debesay was awarded the King of the Mountains jersey and was named overall winner of the Tour of Africa series.
It's a big victory for me. Yeah, it's I'm the first Eritrean rider to win this African Tour jersey, and in this tour I am mountain king of mountain. Yeah, I'm so happy about that. Yeah.
Welcome back to Sports News Africa. Over the decades, Ethiopia has produced some of the best track and field athletes the world has ever seen, and that tradition lives on. This week, Ethiopia has been honoring some of its latest runners who recently excelled in various international competitions.
Birthplace to many of the best runners of all time, Ethiopia on Sunday held a ceremony in the capital Addis Ababa to honor its emerging athletes. Among those who were honored was Mohamed Aman, who won the 800-meter race in the IAAF Diamond League in June, beating hard-fighting Kenyans who were without their world record holder David Rudisha. I have planned to work hard and get best results in 2015. I have planned to participate in World Championships and Diamond League competitions. Hopefully, I will repeat the results I had scored before. Hiwot Ayelu 2014 Diamond League 3000 meters women's steeples silver medalist in Zurich was also honored.
In the upcoming year, there are many competitions that I have focused on, and I have targeted to participate on the World Championships and cross-country competitions. I have already started my preparations for the competitions, and with the help of God, I have planned to get gold and silver for my country.
The Ethiopian Athletics Federation aims through the event to encourage more youth in the country to participate in athletics and to seek better results in regional and international events. Billigan McCoy is Vice President EAF. The main aim of this rewarding ceremony is to appreciate our athletes who have scored a good result during the World Youth Championship competitions, which were held in the US, and African Youth Championships, which were held in Morocco. We have also rewarded coaches as well as regions from which athletes were recruited. The Federation gave an undisclosed money prize and certificates to the young athletes who won the country gold, silver and bronze in recent competitions. The world-renowned 5,000 meters female Olympic gold medalist Meseret Defar presented the awards to the athletes on behalf of the EAF. Athlete Sophia Safa.
In Somalia, the Handball Federation there launched the 5th edition of the Women's Handball Championships with 12 teams challenging for the title. This marks a sea change from a few years ago when women were prohibited from participating in any sports activities under the last administration.
The 5th edition of the Somali Women's Handball Tournament, organized by the Somali Handball Federation, kicked off last week in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu. A total of 12 teams are battling for the national title in the 5-day event. Police women's team Higan took the title last year and will be aiming for it again this year. Amina Abukar, a player in the team, said the relative peace in the country had enabled them to concentrate on the game.
Of course, we recently attended handball games in Djibouti. We, Somalia, reached at the 2nd position and will continue. I hope we will attend international games in the near future.
Previously under Islamist militia Al-Shabaab, Somali women were prohibited from taking part in any public sport. Furahia Hassan, a player with Gadir handball team, said she was looking forward to the tournament.
I have a good dream in this handball because I want to be a member of the Somali national women's handball team.
Mohamed Hurushi Hassan, Somali Handball Federation president, said the championships are a good platform to identify talent for the national team.
We always organize tournaments among Somali women teams, and the main aim is to get good players who can represent the Somali national handball women's team, Allah willing.
Handball fans like Mohamed Moyadin are pleased with the growth of the sport in the country so far.
The game is important because many women and men have come here to watch the match, and I think the women are playing very good handball.
After decades of civil war and various Islamic militia groups who had banned sports in the country, terming it as Western culture and enforcing a death penalty for anyone found taking part, sports is finally breathing a new lease of life in Somalia and getting as much support from funds and government.
This is Sports News Africa. Lewis Hamilton clinched his 2nd Drivers' World Championship and became the first British multiple champion for 46 years when he won Sunday's season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The 29-year-old Englishman who took his first title in 2008 with McLaren won not only the 55-lap race, but also his private duel with Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg, who suffered problems with his car after making a poor start from pole position. Hamilton's victory was his 11th of the season and the 33rd of his career. He also secured a record 16th victory of the season for the Mercedes team. Hamilton became the 4th British driver to win more than one championship, joining Jackie Stewart, Jim Clark and Graham Hill, the last Briton to succeed in 1968. And before we go, it's congratulations to Dynamo, who won their 4th Football League title in a row in Zimbabwe. Well, that's the end of Sports News Africa for today. Join us again tomorrow when we bring you all the latest from Africa and around the world. Bye for now.